Simpson. And Japan have gone absolutely without lead. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boyz who take the lead.
BallChat.
Greetings, football lovers. Happy Football Sunday. Welcome to BCN Sports BallChat Weekly. I am Benton Lawson along with the family. Junior, Wagwan, George, how you stay?
Well, I'm good enough. I'm here. I'm surviving. I'm an artist.
What? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all the listeners. Happy New Year to you, George. How you stay?
Yeah, man. Bless up. You not hear me?
Yes, I am hearing you loud and clear, family.
Yeah, man. But I'm good, man.
Why say me ask you how you stay a couple times?
Hey, man. I'm just trying to survive, man.
Yeah, you know what? Because you're too close to the camera, this is why I can't hear. I hear with my eyes, all right?
Hey, man. I don't know what's going on with the camera. I might need to get a camera that I can zoom in and zoom out with, man.
Hopefully everyone is having a great start to the year. I mean, we don't know. We are well aware that things outside our purview, outside of our control, may not be as great, but wishing everyone well, especially down in South America and Central America's, respect and sending love to all those down there, during these trying times and other parts of the world. Junior, I see your facial expression. We can go ahead and send safety and peace to all ones and ones. Doesn't matter where you are, whether they are Sudan or whether they are Palestine. We're sending love, because we don't know a whole heap of things are going out the road. And we want peace and love for the people. Don't know. But football show, it's all about football. Today's show, first show for 2026. Big up to all the subscribers. Thank you for joining us. All the new subscribers, welcome to the BCN Sports Network. Regular viewers, big up yourself. Always thank you for joining us. Today's show, we have English Premier League Roundup. We have a look at AFCON, take a deep dive of the African Cup of Nations. Then we'll look at Scudetto, maybe for a little bit. Kylian Mbappe is injured. Discuss La Liga, and we'll wrap up with Jamaican football report. Ravel Morrison has a lot to say about the Reggae Boyz' failure to automatically qualify for the 2026 World Cup. But Junior, we're starting with the English Premier League match of the day. Chelsea, our match of the weekend. Of course, it's festive fixture. I think it's coming to an end any day now. What? They must have another round in a Migla week?
I thought this was the end of the festive. Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know. I don't keep track of Babylon or European festive fixtures. So I defer to you, but in the interest of being a host of a sports show.
Am I the Babylon expert? That's what you said?
Yeah, I defer to you. But in the interest of being a sports host of a sports show, a co-host of a sports show, it's important that I keep track of it. So I think the schedule continues this week. But let's step to the English Premier League top game, not top of the table. The big game for the weekend, Chelsea versus Man City. That game ended 1-1. Before we get to the off the field and the other stuff around Chelsea Football Club, we'll talk about the game itself. Junior, goal from Enzo Fernandez. Took a point for the blue team. Back to Stamford Bridge. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's so funny how 90 minutes, from a Manchester City perspective, it's so funny how 90 minutes can change your whole outlook at the remaining games. And where I'm coming from with that is Man City was the better team on the day. They were the more organized team. But they were wasteful, but Chelsea was just as wasteful. And they had a lapse in concentration in the end that Chelsea took advantage of. And now a lot of Man City fans out there questioning whether they can really make a run at Arsenal, because Arsenal is a well-oiled machine. And while Man City just seem to can't get out their own way. And that is what one goal in the 89th minute can do for an outlook for a season. Because during the watch along, you said at one point, at the start of the second half, that Chelsea is going to get a goal, and there must be some alarm bells ringing for Man City, and there must be some worry. And I looked at you and said, well, the Man City fans, if the scores hold, we're going to say, shut the hell up, we're second in the league and we're chasing Arsenal. No, that's not the case. No, those fans really should have some concern about the trajectory of their team. As for Chelsea, you see sources coming out now saying that Rosenier is in London, currently in London. So more likely he's planning to seal the Chelsea job, which is weird to me. But that should give him or the next possible coach some hope that, no, I have a squad that is willing to fight. So it's not like I'm inheriting a dumpster fire. You might be inheriting a dumpster fire from the admin perspective. And I am curious to see now how the terms of this contract get laid out if it even becomes public.
I wonder if former Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is getting any extra monies or a payout. Because ultimately, he won the Club World Cup, and he must have. I hope for his sake, he added a top up to his contract before he decided to leave.
I don't think he had that. I don't think he had enough time to do
that. Regarding the game itself, I think this is the dynamics of this league. I think the winner on the day is Arsenal Football Club. I mean, Arsenal won the day in the sense of it's a favorable result for them, right? I mean, they want to separate from their biggest title rival, and it's at this stage of the game, it's Manchester City. And it's a consecutive drop points game for Man City. They dropped 2 points against Sunderland the previous game, so it's not really a good start to the beginning of the new year for Pep and company. But I think all that is said and done, you don't win the Premier League on January 4th, and we can spin it all the way we want it. Arsenal has done well this season, done this last 2025 and enter into 2026. And Man City needed those 3 points to really kind of keep the pressure on Arsenal. And kudos to Chelsea. On another day, maybe Man City won the game handedly. So this is concerning from a Pep Guardiola standpoint, and the fact that you have this game to manage. See out the clock. 85th minute, 88th minute in the game. And normally a Man City sort of team, be able to possess the ball and see out the game. And they were unable to do that. So the goal was scored in the 94th minute. You cannot want to win trophy and give away goals in the 94th minute. And I think that would be the thing. And we saw the response from Pep Guardiola at the end of when the goal scored. He just threw his head up in the sky and just threw up his head in the sky and just like, yo, what the hell just happened? And basically the way the goal gave up, it was a good save by Donnarumma, and no one was there to even shield it or protect the rebound, the second ball, and Enzo was there. So, good game overall, I thought, in the second half. I didn't watch the first half because I was, busy with AFCON. But overall, do you think it was a good game? Not it's a reach probably if it's a good game.
Yeah, it's a reach. It was an entertaining game. It was very entertaining. It was very back and forth, but it was also very scrappy. Okay. And that's why for me a good game is a game that is high quality, high execution, great defensive effort, blah 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 blah. In this game, it was a lot of mistakes. It was a lot of back and forth. That means the midfield was non-existent for both teams. They put up no resistance in the middle of the field. So it was almost like a tennis match. Okay. And at the end of the day, I said it earlier, Man City was the better team. However, in the grand scheme of the game, I don't think either team can be angry with a draw. Or I don't think either team can come out feeling like they threw it away. Because Pedro Neto himself could have scored a hat trick in this game.
Yeah.
That's some of the chances he had. We saw
Haaland hit the post.
Haaland hit the
It was
post.
a rotted shot.
Yeah.
The post still
But
a rattle.
I was more coming from the Chelsea perspective though,
Yeah.
because Cole Palmer could have scored. Then you have Liam Delap could have scored. So when the Man City Delap actually could have scored 3 or 4 times. So when if Man City fans are saying, oh, it's just unlucky. No, it's not unlucky. Both teams played a tense game. You could tell it was somewhat of a not rivalry, but it was somewhat of a stare down kind of a game where both teams felt like they belonged on the field with each other. So
And that, move. By the way, big up to those on the live. Shout out to those who are on the live. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to tell a friend. Subscribe to the channel if this is a channel for you. If you like the discussion, join in. Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the game itself. Let us, if you have any questions regarding football. This is exclusively a football show, even though on BCN Sports we focus on other sports content. But BallChat Weekly is all about football, 100%. 7 days a week football discussion on BCN Sports. The game itself, just putting a bow, at least my final thoughts on this Chelsea versus Man City game. I thought the positive for Man City, Rodri, another game, he hasn't started in many moons for this club, and he entered the game against Sunderland at the half. I think it was at the halftime or late in the game against Sunderland, and I think he was instrumental. And they saw that Rodri, that they, as you always said, the ball and door Rodri, he was very good in that midfield, just recycling the ball, picking up the pocket of space in front of the defense. And we know this Man City's back line is very vulnerable. So those are the positives coming out of the game. Reinders scoring, Ryan Cherokee. I mean, these guys have been playing well. They've contributed heavily. One thing, the negative for Man City, I would say, is probably Phil Foden. He has just dropped off a cliff in his form in the last few weeks. Maybe it's the number of games, maybe it's the amount of minutes. But Phil Foden, I thought, did not display a good football today. Had some in the final third, missing in action in terms of his passing. So positive and negative for Man City. Chelsea, I saw a stat that Chelsea, I think, has scored the third most goals in the English Premier League so far this season. And I think that's it, is the number of goals, like 34 goals or 30 something goals. And with all the mess that apparently we are, that Chelsea is going through, Enzo Maresca leaving, that is not, and they're not I don't consider Chelsea a title contender at the moment. But to be third in the scoring, that's an impressive feat. There's something to be said about this Chelsea team. So positives all around to get a point. I didn't expect them to get anything. I can't throw any of these players under the bus. We'll talk about this at the same time, but this is a team that responded heavily. The first half may have been piss poor, but they responded heavily because in the middle of the week you have a coach that left, and they had to rely on new voice in Callum McFarlane. So I kudos to the Chelsea players for second half, for a very feisty second half to take a point.
Yep.
Stepping over to, speaking of Chelsea and just continuing the discussion, Enzo Maresca parted ways with Chelsea Football Club. You mentioned just a few minutes ago, I think, Rosina might be the next man. He was in London. He's part of the Chelsea club ownership, our club coaching group. He coached at Strasbourg in France. First, talk to what Maresca will be remembered as. How will you remember Maresca's tenure at Chelsea?
Maresca falls below Avram Grant, falls below Di Matteo, he falls below Villas Boas never coached here. Um, I don't. I think how Maresca will be remembered at Chelsea will be determined by how he does at his next job. So let's say Maresca gets. Let's say he goes to Atalanta or he goes to like a Juventus, and let's say Conte get pissed off at Napoli and leave. And Maresca goes to well, no, not Napoli, because they left it. But you get where I'm going with it, though. That if
No,
he
I
goes
don't.
to
Because first you say he's he's behind. You even put him behind AVB,
now,
probably the worst manager in the history of Chelsea, in Andres
Yes, 'cause you asked.
Boys. You say Avram Grant. You say Roberto Di Matteo, who won a Champions League, but let's be fair, Roberto Di Matteo didn't win that Champions League. The players,
no, but
Didier
that's the
Drogba
point.
and John Terry, them coach that side to victory.
But that's the point that I'm making. Maresca has only been there for a year and a half. You ask what he'll be remembered for, and I tell you that he's below those coaches, which means those coaches have achieved higher and better at Chelsea. So before we talk
What did
about
Villas Boris win? Maresca won the Conference League.
no, I said that he's like I asked if Villas Boas coach at Chelsea. I know Villas Boas went to Tottenham as the next special one and failed. I don't remember if he went to Chelsea, but I put him more below Avram Grant and Roberto Di Matteo. The reason why both those coaches achieved the highest of the highs. The Club World Cup, we can joke about it all we want. Nobody's going to remember the Club World Cup Chelsea. Nobody will.
And Andre Villas Boris coach at Chelsea from 2011 to 2012. He was the heir apparent. He was the Mourinho whisperer.
Right. So he failed at Chelsea, then he went to Tottenham and failed.
Yes.
Right. So I put Maresca above Villas Boas. That's where Maresca is right now. But hear the point that I'm making. He wasn't there he didn't even sip a cup of coffee there. So his tenure at another club is going to determine how people remember him at Chelsea. Because all we have for Maresca right now is punchlines. Oh, I hear you guys talking about Chelsea have 42 men roster. I only care about 21 players. That was Maresca. Oh, yeah, right now we're second in the league, but you guys are talking about Premier League title race. No, we're not in the title race. We're too young. We're a year away. That is what we remember Maresca for. If he goes on to another club and does well, then Chelsea fans will come back and say, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Because right now, Chelsea's at a crossroads. With the reports that came out about why Maresca left, Chelsea is at a crossroads. If Maresca leaves and becomes successful somewhere else, Chelsea ownership need to give up. Like, they need to just quit. The board need to quit. So they're at a crossroads.
All right, so I'm going to unpack that a little bit because, and we don't know, it's not a lengthy show. By the way, remember to smash the like button if you're on the live. Remember to subscribe wherever you're watching us. Big up to those, shout out. And when Jamaican said big ups, that means thank you. So big up to those on the live. Enzo Maresca, I mean, talkative as he may be, and definitely a guy who's definitely very vocal, sometimes can be vulgar. In fact, he did tell the pundits who criticize him FU or whatever after they made, I think it was Champions League qualification. But all of that, this is part of a fiery coach. He has a fiery persona. He did well at Leicester City, got this position at Chelsea. Based on some of the reports, and this is something that Sky Sports discuss. According to Sky Sports, Maresca had an issue with the structure of Chelsea in the sense of The medical team has a significant influence, according to Sky Sports, around player return. He also had an issue with the fact that he cannot get more senior players. Now, if that is true, if what Sky Sports is saying is true, my question to you is, Junior, is Maresca signed on to this rule when he joined it. He knew the terms of agreement going in. Structurally, nothing has changed at Chelsea. It's the same structure. He seemed to be happy with the process 7 months ago. Why abruptly now he's unhappy with it? Can you share? Because 7 months ago there was no complaints about these issues. It was 2 weeks ago he said, this has been the worst 48 hours of my tenure at this club. To paraphrase.
I don't think what he said last is the real reason why. I think what he was searching for at that point is a reason to stay on and fight at this club. Okay. So there's, you know what? If we ever stay, we have to get a better squad. Because currently as configured, it's not worth it. That's how I interpret it. Again, remember the reports are the club wanted to dictate to Maresca which players should play. And the reason why is because they needed to up the value of the players in the transfer market.
Wait, what do you mean? Who's reporting that? Really?
Yes, it is heavily reported.
You believe a club? I try to tell a coach. All right, so say if a club, I tell a coach say which player for player. So the coach was not established from day one when he took this job. He's been in this role for about a year and change now.
Hence the reason why he didn't feel supported. Hence the reason why he had his worst 48 hours at the club. It actually makes sense. It makes no sense. No. The club doing what they're doing doesn't make any sense. But when you get that information and look back at the course of events, how the events played out, it actually makes sense why he's reacted the way he's reacted and why the club parted ways with him the way they did. It is not football related. Why he got fired or why he's not coaching there anymore. It's not football related. So you have to sit down and say what could have happened. And then when you hear about, you sat here on this show and last week or 2 weeks ago, when we first reported on the Maresca said he wanted more experienced players, you sat here and joked about Garnacho playing, right? No, when you look back at that and say, that really never make any sense. Oh, but them just transferring Garnacho, he needs to play to hold his value. Makes sense.
Yeah, but
it's a dumb principle, but it makes sense. It aligns with the course of events.
But all right. So the idea that the coach is trying to stipulate, and again, if the club is trying to stipulate to Enzo Maresca that you need to play players to up the value, that can also flip because the players have not increased in value by him playing them. Liam Delap have not increased in his value. Garnacho has not increased in value by getting minutes on the field. So to me, I kind of err on the side of the club on this one. The structure of Chelsea Football Club, and here where I err on it, it's a building young philosophy sort of club. It's a young player sort of recruitment model. It's a model that's centered around, all right, if we can win with these young players, great. If we can move them on, great. But at least we want to move them on at a value. But at the same time, Enzo Maresca knew this was the terms of engagement when he entered the club. This is the same Enzo Maresca. This is the same Enzo Maresca who disposed and discarded our experienced Raheem Sterling because these are the young players that he's willing to commit to. So how is it now that a year and change later, Enzo Maresca is complaining that he needs more experienced players when he knew that this was the terms of engagement?
No, that's way too general.
So you don't think that he's leaving because of the comment he made about he needs more experienced player?
No.
Okay, so you think that he's leaving because the club is trying to tell him who to play?
He's not comfortable at his job. That's why he's leaving.
Yeah, but the same terms of agreement started a year and a half ago when you took the job.
No, you can't. No, you cannot say that.
What changed?
Look, no. You cannot say that. I come in to coach a side. Remember when Enzo came in? All of the revolving doors of players with Pochettino. Remember that, right? So if Enzo come in and say, look, the squad is not good enough, and Chelsea Brass say, here's our strategy. We build with youth, right? Cool. Give me a squad. He gets his squad. That's what he signed up for. He didn't sign up to say, I know you are the coach. I know you are the expert of football, but I need this player to play 4 or 5 times. If he signed up for that, then he's a damn idiot. But if he did not sign up for that, Benton, you cannot be dictated to how to coach a team.
When Enzo Maresca joined, he knew that there were 40 or 50 players, a huge number of players. And he said publicly, I don't care who you're talking. In fact, you defended him heavily. He said, these are my players. Whoever else can go. All right, boom. Transfer season has passed and come. Every transfer, he's involved in the process. They have 2 or 3 are main director of the football club. Just like every other club, you have a director of a football club and you have a coach involved. These are the same young players that you won the Club World Cup with. Now you're saying that you want experienced players?
Hold on. So you feel that he got fired because he said he wanted more experienced players?
I think it's a multifaceted approach. I don't think this idea of just saying that the club is going in the locker room or ownership is trying to dictate who to play, because those same players, very few, Enzo Maresca, very few managers at the club at this level are going to go take a job, whether it's Chelsea or wherever, and a club will dictate to them who to play, because they have a reputation and a CV I try build.
But that's why he got pissed off and leave.
Yeah, but may I say that he got pissed off and is leaving because he has not gotten authority to bring in the experience. He's asking Chelsea to change their business model. He wants like a Lucas Paqueta sort of experienced midfielder to come and allay or get rid of some of the issues around this youthful club. Because he signed up to build and develop young players. And now I must say, can't bother with these Pitney anymore. We cannot bother with these young players. We want to win. We need some elder statesmen to come help with. So I think that is the issue. That's this major disagreement.
But it's possible. I can't really. That's very possible. But can't because I don't have 100% facts. I can only tell you what was reported, right?
Yeah.
And based on what you said, cool. If that is the case, then cool. Then Maresca is an idiot.
Well, I'm not calling him an idiot now. And
no,
also,
if what you're saying is true, he's an idiot.
No, because does Man City's job reports have anything to do any of this?
No, but you see that you remember there was even reports that he told Chelsea admins that he got contacted by Man City. So, like you said, it's multifaceted. I think the relationship got strained. I think every day we just add on more reasons why we don't like each other. Until we just say, you know what?
Yeah, might as well. And I guess and also the Maresca type personality. Them man are not really lay too long. It's either we work it out or we keep it moving.
Right.
Chelsea, where do they go from here? Liam Rose Senior. Junior, you and Dwight York always say we want more black men in the league. Rose Senior is a black man.
I think he's walking into field. And if my belief of why Maresca left,
Yeah.
and he's coming in for the after that, he's walking into field. He's failing. He's already failed. He's failing on arrival. He's not. If you're going to be told who to play, you're failing.
Well, might as well
So
making people them want to tell you who to feel go coach a team then.
that is the point that I'm making.
Well, actually, this is probably I would take this job. I would take it. I would literally take the job, Junior. I don't know about you, but I will take it. You can tell me who to play, just as long as you keep paying me £500,000 a week or whatever it is. Good. Roll out your side. Who? I will not be like Tapper with more former Jamaican coach and tell us say you can't tell me who to pick. Tell me who to pick. I will select the squad. Just make sure you keep paying. You can select the squad. Just make sure you keep paying me.
All right.
Declan Rice, rated highly by Coach Mikel Arteta for scoring a brace. Arsenal escape. Is that too much to say? Escape against Bournemouth? They secured a 3-2 victory over Bournemouth. But most importantly, it's a victory.
Yeah, and they are maintaining their form. I wouldn't say escape, but Bournemouth gave them all they could handle. And Arsenal overcame that hurdle. I wouldn't say they escaped.
Yeah.
They got
they
a
led
real
what,
test.
3-1, right?
Yeah, they end up, but I think they were down early. I think Bournemouth scored first. If memory
Nothing
serves
good,
me
but
correctly.
Junior, put your crystal ball. Looking at your crystal ball. Arsenal. I mean, this is it, right? This is their year for the Premier League.
Yeah. You can't. The main teams that are chasing Arsenal right now is Aston Villa and Man City. And you can't trust them. You can't trust those two teams. So, yeah, Arsenal should be able to. I think Arsenal should go in cruise control right now and cruise their way to the title. What I mean by that is there should be no more uncertainty. The only reason why
they
we
play Liverpool on Thursday.
Liverpool just drew with how would I draw it?
They drew with Fulham. We'll get to that.
With Fulham at Craven Cottage 2-2. This is a point. This is a point that big up Jeremy. Jeremy say he's back. But Jeremy said still have City. Good for you. But listen, Arsenal. We are sitting down doubting Arsenal right now just because of Arteta's history. And just because they haven't proven it yet. Right?
Yeah.
Until they prove it, then we can say, okay, Arsenal, we believe in you. But Arsenal, you know what Arsenal come in like? Arsenal come in like a bridge in the have. Well, the way the man lie, if the man tell me, say, he forward cross a bridge, I'm not believing him till him come cross the bridge and they're right in front of him. That's how I see Arsenal, right? But I think Arsenal internally need to acquire this mindset of just cruising to the title. We're the best team in England. We're the number one team in England. We're not afraid of nobody. And go out there and stamp your class. That's where Arsenal need to be right now. And just knock the season off week by week by week by week. So Liverpool can easily go there and beat Arsenal, but I don't think Arsenal should fear Liverpool.
Jeremy has a question for you. Big up to all those on the live. Make sure to smash the like button.
So I wouldn't trust Arsenal. However, the more Manata will half the season leave. Yeah, half the season leave, and you cannot tell me any other team that is playing as consistent as Arsenal.
I mean, I think at some point, even though there's a huge dislike for Arsenal, I think at some point we have to accept, not me, I don't dislike Arsenal. I don't have a problem with them. But I think those who dislike Arsenal At some point, have you accept that Arsenal is inevitable?
Yes, and as the weeks go by, the more skeptics will start falling off the wagon.
Um,
So it's still close enough. Right now, Arsenal have a 6-point lead over Villa.
yes.
So it's not like it's insurmountable.
Yes.
However, Arsenal is too deep. So even if players start falling off form, they have hungry players on the bench. This squad is ready to take over a player that is falling off form and keep it rolling. Odegaard was hurt part of the season, and we never even noticed it. So that should tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's better to be in Arsenal's position now than the others, right? But the most important thing for me is, of course, like anyone else, is at the end of the day is what happens in May, right? It's who leading at the end of the season. Arsenal, you continue to win. I mean, just win as many games, stack as many wins. You're playing Liverpool this Thursday. Beat Liverpool. Beat them. We saw Liverpool. We'll discuss Liverpool here in a few minutes. Beat them and extend that lead and try to separate from Man City and force Man City and Aston Villa to keep up. Because when your bad patch come, you want to have a cushion that you can utilize. Now we know that Man City historically, the back end of the season, this part of the season is normally when they run red hot. And yes, they haven't started the second half of the season red hot, but at some point you do expect them to get red hot, if provided that they stay healthy, you know.
Yeah.
Stepping over to Liverpool. Liverpool drew with Fulham. A brilliant goal by Harry Reid. Harvey. Is it Harvey? It's Harry Reid. Yes, Harry Reid.
Harry Reid.
Yeah, Harry Reid. Brilliant goal to secure. He hasn't scored a goal in 3 years. 90 plus 6. Come on, Liverpool. What going on with Slot Junior?
Look, you said I don't think it's Slot's fault. What I think is happening with them is what we're seeing is the results of not signing Mark Guehi. They wanted Mark Guehi during the summer transfer window. That saga went all the way to the end of the transfer window. They kept hounding, want Mark Guehi, and then they get him. And now we're seeing the results of it. Liverpool cannot hold a lead. Liverpool, you can't. When last Liverpool keep a clean sheet?
It's been a while. And I do. All right, I do think that there is a lot of criticism rightfully on Ibrahim Konate. But I also think both centre backs are piss poor.
Yeah.
And I think that Ibrahim Konate has been singled out for the boatload of this criticism. And I think both of them should get the criticism equally. I mean, Virgil, yes, them on their general and they've done quite well, but this iteration or this version of Virgil right now, I mean, he need to start kind of phase out and maybe look to MLS. Because the pace of the game it's too much for him, I think. And I think Ibrahim Konate is trying to close the gap, trying to make up for Virgil, also the slowness of Virgil. Possession does help, and positioning helps these slower defenders. But Virgil sometimes is getting caught. And in fact, didn't he play on whosoever on that first goal? Was it that first Fulham goal? So I think Ibrahim Konate has been singled out a little bit too much when both of them should be under the coach. In fact, the entire Liverpool probably should be under the coach.
And Virgil acts like he's above reproach. That and I remember that interview. I think it was Gary not Lineker. My boy from Manu, man. Right wing back, captain. Why am I drawing up that? But anyway, he did an interview with Virgil
Yeah.
and
Neville?
Neville. I know
Yeah.
Neville and Jamie Carragher always have banter back and
Yeah,
forth,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Neville did
Gary
ask
Neville, yeah.
Virgil, like, do you think Leah do you think Carragher could fit in and play for Liverpool right now? And Virgil like, what do you mean by like a squad player? No. I'm
Well,
like,
of course, he's gonna say that as Man United rival for Liverpool. He must say that.
no, Jamie Carragher, Liverpool, I would have said legend, but Liverpool defender.
Jimmy Carragher gonna ask him on no foolishness, brother.
No, but what I'm saying is that Virgil father time catches up to everybody.
Everybody, yes.
And at some point, the player himself need to understand not good enough. Not good enough. And humble yourself. I don't think Virgil plays a humble game of football. And I think that hurts him.
Okay. You mentioned before we move away from this game and look at the overall results and other things that happened this weekend in the EPL.
Well, Jermaine said one phrase, one defender, but the brother, with the attack they side, they should be outscoring teams. And he said it's a coach. Okay.
The main attacker was injured today. Hugo Ekitike. And the other attacker done gone. Well, no, he's out. But positive for Liverpool is that Florian Wirtz seems to, growing into the game. Junior, Federico Chiesa on this goal. Federico Chiesa, shouldn't he be hauling ass to close down Harry Reid here and try to prevent the shot? Especially a sub.
Yeah.
Federico Chiesa was a sub in this ball game, so it's not like him play 90 minutes. But maybe Federico Chiesa is probably saying, I can't wait to leave this idiot club.
Remember, this is the same Chiesa that we were clamoring for saying should be taken over for Salah, right?
Yeah, he should get more minutes. He entered the game in the 85th minute. 11 minutes later, Federico, you should be gunning for close down Harry Reid, brethren. Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Worse when you're trying to secure the win at that point.
Worse when you're trying to secure the win. Something needs to happen. Junior, speaking of club, our managers that talk in their mind of late, Ruben Amorim had a lot to say. I'm going to leave the floor to you in this post-match press conference. But did Ruben really expect to win at Leeds? I mean,
I don't think it's about whether he should have won at Leeds. What I think, and Jeremy, big up Javan, big up Giggs, big up Conrad. We talk about Manchester United every day, and I think we care about Manchester United more than the owners at Manchester United do.
Is there that much we talk about every day?
Yeah.
At this box side?
And Rexra, big up Rexra, I soon answer your question. And I have the perfect answer for you. I mean, Rexra, Rex, we know you're a baller. Jermaine is a baller. I soon answer the question. Put a pin on that. I'm going to answer it. And I'm going to show a point with that. However,
all right, sorry, Junior. Before you speak on Ruben, for people who are, for context, people who are unaware of the quote after the match, he says, quote, "I just want to say I came here to be a manager, not to be the coach. In every department, the scouting department, the sporting director need to do their job. I will do mine for 18 months and then we move on. I just want to say I'm going to be the manager of this team, not just the coach. I was really clear on that. That's not going to finish in 18 months and then everyone is going to move on. That was a deal. That is my job, not to be a coach. End quote. He also then went on to say, Amarin also floated the idea that United have become too sensitive to outside criticism. He said, quote, if people cannot handle Gary Neville's and the criticisms of everything, we need to change the club. End quote. Junior, the floor is yours.
No, real quick. I think Ruben has reached his wit's end. It's similar. It's similar to what happened at Chelsea. It's very similar. That's why I told you yesterday. I told you that don't be surprised if Chelsea goes the way of Man U with the ownership and how the ownership just torpedoed the club. What Ruben is saying is, look, I want to manage the team. You don't just give me some players and say, go and coach them. No, I need to be able to pick my side. I need to be able to. You know what the telltale sign? The telltale sign to me is when you watch the youth team play. The youth team does not play the same type of football that the senior team plays. So what is Ruben doing and what is his purpose at Manchester United? There's a lot wrong. And this week, reports came out, there was a quote-unquote leak that the board was not happy with the recent run of form by Ruben and Manchester United. And I think that got back to Ruben. And him saying, no, all right, enough is enough. If you not give me the players that me need, and you not gonna publicly support me, F off. And I think that's where he is right now. He's drawing the line in the sand, and he said, look, you cannot blame me for things going wrong when you mess up the side. I hear all of these pundits, I hear all of these shows say this. Ruben Amorim plays 3-4-2-1. Manchester United traditionally play 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1 or whatever. How can you tell him to come coach a side that doesn't play his system and you don't invest big money to change the side? It's crazy. And I think that's where they reach right now. So I think it's over. I think
Weird. What do you mean you think it's over? What are you talking about?
I think Ruben is done at Man U.
But what do you mean? At the end of the season, or
that is the thing now. The thing now is I think the players like Ruben. And I think he got rid of the players that could cause a mutiny that would make it easy for people to say Amarin out. But once you see the players them still playing hard for him, it is hard for public support for Ruben to go away. So it doesn't make it easy for the board to fire him. The same thing with Maresca. So when Maresca got fired, everybody know like, wait a minute, what the hell? What is? If Ruben was to get fired, people have to come out now and say, well, look at his win percentage, and look at his this, and look at his that. And then people come and say, the man is fifth in the league, and half of his side is not there. What the hell do you mean by he wasn't good enough of a coach? So that is a problem for Man U. It's a needed problem, but his ownership and admin is at fault, and they are hurting the team.
I mean, the fact that I think you highlighted to me the most important thing, and we'll get through the comments. Big up to those on the live. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe wherever you're watching us. Thank you for joining us. They're fifth in the table. What is Baganize? This team had like a miserable last year. In fact, the last 5 years, 10 years has been miserable. You look like you have a proper manager. What's with the Baganize?
The easy answer. Look at the fixtures. Look at the Reese. Look at
you can only win who can only play who in front of you. So
right.
Yeah.
You're right. You can only play who's in front of you. So Who you just played against? Leeds, you draw. Wolves, you draw. Yes, you beat Newcastle. You lost to Aston Villa. You draw with Bournemouth. Right? So, wait. That's a way back. Yeah. No, but right.
Leeds drew with Liverpool on January 1st, drew with Sunderland. Going to Ellen Road is not an easy place, especially you're missing your players.
No, hold on. Forget about other team fixtures. Manchester United in their recent run, you can say no, they are fifth or they are sixth based on goal difference, whatever the hell they are right now.
Yeah.
They are above where they should be right now, right? Mm-hmm. Easily can say that. They're sixth in the league, and they could have been fourth if they just had one quality player that could put them over the edge, right? Cool. However, look for the next 4 games. Look at their January schedule. They travel to Burnley.
Yep.
If you can't beat Wolves, if you can't beat Leeds, you can't beat Burnley.
Oh, you mean you can't beat Burnley? No, come on. You have to be able to beat Burnley. Come on.
All right, we'll see that Wednesday. January 11th, your host Brighton. If you can't beat Leeds,
in the FA Cup.
Wolves, huh?
In the FA Cup, you host Brighton.
Right.
Yeah.
January 17th, you host Man City. You get your ass bus.
Yeah, and this is where Manchester United is. 17th, Man City, if them kick out your teeth, I just say go.
January 25th, you go to Emirates, you get your ass beat again.
And if you get your teeth kicked out against upper echelon teams, Arsenal and Man City, I just say go. I mean, this is where where Manchester United is.
No, but this is the point though. This is the last chance Ruben Amorim going to have to say what he can say with a little bit of clout. Where people will say, he's sixth in the league. February 1st, when Man U was Fulham, they could easily be 12th or 10th in the league. It's a different conversation. So you can't look at it and say, well, you don't have your players them are Ray. No, you have tougher games coming up that you are not expected to win. So you're not going to be sixth in the league.
And I thought Ruben Amorim has an outstanding record against Pep Guardiola.
What?
Both at his previous club. Didn't they beat him here at Man City?
Benton, stop.
No, let me just ask you.
Stop trying to give Manchester United fans.
No, I don't talk about all them things. Didn't he beat Pep's team pound for pound in matchups? Like him have a very good record against him, right?
Does he have his team right now from Portugal that is going up against?
No, he's building a team. But didn't this Manchester United team Bugside beat Man City also? Huh? Yo, the Manchester United fans them not make too much noise round corner, yo. Ruben Amorim in.
All right. Let me answer Rex right now.
All right, Rex right.
What's a humble game of football? If you don't think you are the best, you don't need to be playing for a big club. You advocated for the man to play like he is past his best and doubt his abilities.
Fair enough.
That's not fair enough.
That's a very good point.
No, that's not fair enough. Rex is a baller from St. Mary. No. A chop in the summer top mental.
That's a very good point. I mean, you know.
Ball, let me done. When we play Sunday ball, you remember when we play big man versus young boy game?
Yeah.
Did on a big man? Did you guys approach the game like when you can physically match up against the young boys? Be honest.
Yes.
Hey, I'm find something I'm licking out with, man.
Yes, you go. Yeah, of course. Because even though you may not have the physical attributes of years ago, you're looking to be able to use your experience to deal with the young boy and who's ripe.
That's the key word is experience.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to you understand your limitations.
Fair enough.
I don't think Virgil I think Virgil in the back of his mind still thinking can run down every forward in the Premier League.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That is madness. That's why he get caught. Look at the offside goal. Look at the goal where Homeboy scored today. That was offside. That Virgil tried to play the offside trap. No, brother, go over and cut him off. Because if you don't cut him off from early, you cannot catch up to him. And so said, so done.
And Harry Wilson
Yes.
scored early.
And then people were, everybody, even when the VAR showed, the VAR picture showed it was clearly Virgil that played him on. You're the commentator. Konate seemed to have played on that. What?
Yeah,
Konate?
I think he did say Konate went soft into the challenge also.
Yeah, Konate and Virgil stood up beside him.
Yeah.
So that's the humility I'm talking about. And he's no Maldini. But when Maldini, if everybody remember, Son Maldini started out at wing back. When he got slower, went to centre back. When he got slower, Nesta was the bigger defender. Maldini was a general, but Nesta was the bigger defender. And Maldini played his part. Virgil need to learn that. And that's the humility I'm talking about. You can't go there. You are already the captain. You're already established as a leader. You don't need to play like it. Play to your strength. Play to how you can approach and affect the game. If you think Mark Guehi will go Liverpool and start beside Virgil, and Virgil want to talk to Guehi like him as a boy?
Well, the Mark Gray, I forget in line. I want to you.
Get it out line. They're going on box in my face. Hey, man, what you talking?
There's
So bad.
There's a level of hierarchy to this thing. I mean, the money, just like what Salah, it's just like what Salah is saying. At the end of the day, there's a history here. Put some respect on my name, and I think Virgil is probably saying the same thing. Put some respect on my name.
That's why they can't hold a lead. That's the reason why they can't hold a lead. Put some respect on my name. I'm the great Virgil.
Can't hold a lead.
Look.
Junior, it's so great that we brought this back up. You brought back Liverpool and we circle back. The reasoning. By the way, those of you on the live, smash the like button and Harvey Elliott. And we're going to talk about Leon Bailey in the same context simultaneously. Because yeah, Junior, don't roll your eyes. Do not roll your eyes because all of these things are connected, if you ask me. But you can tell me incorrectly. And the football family can tell me to shut the hell up. Unai Emery, when asked about Harvey Elliott, we'll look at the scores of the Premier League here in a few minutes. Unai Emery, when asked about Harvey Elliott, blatantly said that because of an obligation in Harvey Elliott's loan deal, an obligation like if you play a certain amount of minutes, you're obligated to buy him. Because of this obligation, and they're not convinced and they're not willing to commit to buy him permanently, they are not playing him. He is not playing him. My question is, how a manager said that publicly, You have a player on loan and you said that publicly, Junior. So now what becomes of Harvey Elliott?
What do you mean by what becomes of Harvey Elliott?
He's on loan at Aston Villa. I mean, the player is in limbo. Then if you don't want him, just cancel the loan deal. Terminate it.
All right, so
and then we're going to circle back to Leon Bailey now because the same thing allegedly are going over Roma. And the reason why this comes back to Leon Bailey too is because Aston Villa is talking about that they don't have depth. They don't have players to cover these many games. All right? You have a player on loan in Harvey Elliott. You're saying, Unai Emery that is, you're not committed to play him because you don't want to be obligated to buy him on a permanent move because if you're not obligated to make these decisions, make this permanent, and you're not playing, then cancel the loan deal, send him back.
I think if you cancel the loan deal, I think there is some money lost there too, you know. One, you have some money lost, and two, you fracture the relationship with the club. So you can't canceling a loan deal is not something that you normally see, because then you hurt your chances of loaning other players. You can't do that. You just can't do that. So I think there's an unwritten rule there that I'm pretty sure there is some fees or there's some money lost that is not worth it. As for Harvey Elliott versus Yawd Ballas, I get the connection that we can easily make. I think it's a low-hanging fruit kind of a thing. To choose my words carefully. Sometimes a club make a decision and they realize halfway in that maybe this wasn't the right fit. And I think that goes for Yawd Ballas and Roma. And something that is unfair. All right, you know what? Perfect example.
Why you dance around the thing, brother?
And trust me.
Come like
a
club you there.
They're going to Willie Bugs around it now. You think we start dance yet? Watch a dance here. So listen, years ago, you know Kelly Services, right?
Yes.
I went to Kelly Services trying to find a job. This is when this was in my dark days.
That's fine.
I used to tell them Kirby vacuum, but try everything. So we go to Kelly Services, and I got this job as a scanner. You sit down and scan medical records. And it's one of them jobs you sit down and literally just take some paper and scan it, and it read it and make it electrical. I got the job. Friday we do the interview. Friday we get the job. Friday evening we start work. Saturday we supposed to come into work, but they never tell me in time. I never have a ride. On Monday, when we reach to work Monday midnight, we go so. We can't. I'll push the door. I'm so weird. I'll push the door again. I'm so weird. I'll push the door. I'm so weird. Can't now work. Go up on the front desk. I say, yo, I try to use my card and they never let me in. And hey, the receptionist, she need to. The receptionist said so. Let me see it. I'll put it in a drawer. Oh yeah, we did a corporate belt tightening, so we decided not to retain their services. I said, what the hell? And then find out, so it's just because I never go work Saturday. The same thing with Bailey. Bailey did his move from Villa to Roma. And you remember what happened? He was injured. Brother, you're upon loan. And you're injured. Look, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not privy. But you weren't available. So this coach looking for a baller and couldn't get a baller in at a permanent transfer. So now we have to go to a loan. I'm going to bring you in for a loan. Are you not available? First week, you're not available? Yo, let me see your card. Willie Bugs. Nobody can come after me now, you know, because I never disrespect nobody.
No, we can't. We are big man. We are big people. We can have conversations without disrespect, because the facts are the facts. At the end of the day, all right.
Do you agree with that fact?
Yeah, I understand the landscape. Yeah, I agree with it. But the thing that is, and Fabi, big up. Fabi says he told Liverpool 2 months ago, that Harvey Elliott not in them plans. And Villa doesn't want to pay the money to cut the loan early.
Yeah.
Villa doesn't want to pay the money to cut the loan early. And Villa has a player on loan at Roma that a club don't want. And Aston Villa coach is still here, sitting here telling us that we don't really have the depth to really compete. So what we are going to do now, we're just going to sit down and just let these things run the course, and in a January, in a summer, we just circle back and say, Harvey Elliott, go on a yard. Leon Bailey, you return. Or maybe Leon Bailey return at the end of before January lock. Because maybe Roma will say, yo, if you listen to Roma press and Roma's media houses, maybe it's, Gasparini has sent out foolishness. But Roma said, boom. Roma media said, we're sending them back. As in Leon. So then what? Because now you'll have two players on your hands that you don't want to keep. Mr. Unai Emery, what are you going to do then? This thing just crazy to me, and the fact that he publicly said it is just crazy to me. It's one thing sometimes we hear them press conferences and you listen to them and like, did Unai Emery really just say that? Say Harvey Elliott nah get no minutes because right now Harvey, me no want buy you. Good luck to your career, brethren. But me nah play you forget minutes. So me make this. Yo, Harvey Elliott agent want a beaten with belt. Cha-cha.
Field agent alone want beating with belt?
Well, we can't beat Bullhead. We cannot beat Bullhead. By the way, poor Bullhead, alright, big up yourself. Can't beat. Cause them on the back broad. Big up yourself. Cha-cha. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with these two players. I think there's some reports that maybe Harvey Elliott end up going MLS. Other EPL results: Brentford defeated Everton 4-2. Newcastle 2-0 over Crystal Palace. 1-1 between Tottenham and Sunderland. Yesterday's result, a result that stood out, Junior. Nuno Espirito said this is the worst result as Fulham has gotten off the mat. Wolverhampton has gotten off the mat. Wolverhampton off the mat, won a game, first victory in 19 attempts, Junior. They defeated their former coach.
Yo, I feel sorry for Nuno. I feel sorry. Nuno is such a nice guy. He just strikes me like a nice, respectful guy. But him just unlucky. I think Nuno is regretting going to the Saudi League. I think if he could do it all over again, he would probably still be at Wolves right now.
In fact, I'll forget same did over Saudi. In fact, I've never have a Saudi and kick off with Benzema.
Yeah. And basically, they pick Benzema over him.
Well, of course, Junior. Come on. A man of the faith and a man of you can't sell Karim Benzema shirts from now till next year. Who buy Nuno jersey? Nuno win trophy? Come on, man. There's levels to this thing, Big up to Nuno, he's a very good coach. But there's levels to this thing. Big up to all those on the line. Alright, the EPL table. Arsenal 6 points ahead of second place Man City and Aston Villa. Both tied on 42 points. Man City has a superior goal difference. Like I said, Wolverhampton is after Matt won their first game of the season. Now they're 6 points. Watch out, Burnley. They're closing the gap. Junior, Wolverhampton might just survive after all.
Survive what?
Another season of Premier League. Another season of Premier League. I mean, this victory 3-0 against West Ham. Your relegation battle. Yeah, West Ham is 18, Burnley is 19, and Wolverhampton is 6 points. 3-0. They just need a few more victories. Nottingham Forest, watch out. Any thoughts on the table, family? Actually, looking at this table, with what has been going on with Nottingham Forest and Sean Dyche and the celebrating by some of the Nottingham Forest fanboys and fangirls, I thought Nottingham Forest was further up the table.
Yo, but I'm gonna lie to you, I thought so too.
Nottingham Forest is in the right and 17th in 17th. I thought with all the celebration and love and high wax lyrically about Nottingham Forest, I thought Sean Dyche, Nottingham Forest was further up the table. Sean Dyche better watch himself.
Yo, I was looking for Nottingham Forest when they were playing against Aston Villa, and I looked for them by team, and I said, look. I said, wait. Don't go back up a little. Wait. That's a good. I thought they were like 12 or 13. The one of the 17th to backside. And it's not only them the 17th, them the far 17th.
Yeah, far 17th.
It's a far 17th. Look, you saw the goal that the goalkeeper gave up against Nottingham Forest, against Aston Villa, right?
Yes.
The one that John McGinn scored.
Yes,
The keeper, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I think
he injured himself. He injured himself in the process.
I think his pride was injured.
Because he ran out of the goal. And then he had the audacity to put up his hand and say, it's my fault. You think? Of course we know it's your fault, goalie. You don't need to acknowledge this. We know.
People, if you haven't seen that goal, check it out. Please check it out. John McGinn goal versus Nottingham Forest. I don't know what the hell the goalkeeper was thinking. I don't know.
That was. Let me see if I can pull it up. We're moving away from this thing here in a little bit, but your thoughts on the EPL table as I see if I can find it.
Like I said earlier, Man U by the end of February can be 12th, 13th. Look at the from 5th all the way down to. From 5th all the way down to 17, 16, 15, 14.
Yeah.
From Crystal Palace to Chelsea is only 4 points difference.
Yeah.
So right now, Aston Villa, Man City, and Arsenal, it would be in their best interest to continue separating themselves from everybody.
Yeah. Because
you don't want to get pulled back in that riffraff. And the thing that I'll take up, my major takeaway from this is, as a football fan, not Man U fan, not English Premier League fan, as a football fan, I am hoping the table stays similar to this to the last 2 weeks of the season. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
All the scenarios for a team to finish in a European spot on the final day if them stay this close?
Yeah. Mad pressure. Big up, Fabi. Happy New Year, Fabi. A long time when I see the man. Big up yourself. Hopefully you're doing it well. Fabi also said that Slot doesn't want Harvey Elliott either. So, Jaja.
Which doesn't make sense.
Which doesn't make sense to me either.
Yeah, I think Harvey would do a lot better.
You know what? Slot needs to get runner for Liverpool, Go on, keep losing games or keep dropping points. Because you can't. This is the son of the soil, Harvey Elliott, them with it. And here's the goal, Junior. That you mentioned. But I think also Sean Dyche decided to change the goalkeeper. I think this is not the normal start. I think Sells was the starting goalkeeper for Forest. And Sean Dyche saw something in this goalkeeper. I don't know what exactly he saw. he decided to play this goalkeeper, I remember, Victor. Because I think it was Matt Sells was the starting goalkeeper
Yeah.
in the previous game, and Sean Dyche went with Victor, Victor spread out like a skettle, brother, on that second goal. Junior, when I saw him run out of the goal, I was like, what is he doing? Where is he going? You remember Jose Luis Chilivert?
Yeah.
I was like, that is some Jose Luis Chilivert sort of move. The man reached way out of the 18, but even the sweeper, Milikanovic, I look around and say, why are you up yourself?
His reaction to was like, wait, what happened? the sweeper reaction was like, wait. It looked like he was looking like, wait.
How you reach?
Have I misjudged the player? It's like if even a doubt that, am I really this far out or am I in the 18-yard box? What am I doing here?
And then to put on top of it, we have to go ourselves for the English Premier League. But wonderful games over the festive period. That wraps up this coming middle of the week. Also to put icing on the cake regarding Victor Golden trying to save the goal. The spread out. What him try? I mean, there's no chance. Like, he must try. But then they move out of the way and make the centre back try put a block on him. But that spread out there was like, yo, brother, that not gonna work. But very good goal. John McGinn, 3-1 victory for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Games coming up this week. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Before we take ourselves, final thoughts on the English Premier League. Your thoughts on that game, family?
Arsenal have a chance to separate themselves even more and silence the doubters even more.
Liverpool needs a victory here, right?
Yeah, well, I think Liverpool needs a performance. Liverpool needs a 90-minute performance. I don't necessarily think they need a victory. Maybe I am wrong, but I think Liverpool fans are realistic enough to recognize that they are behind Arsenal this year. So, especially with the injuries that they have. So, I think what they are looking for is a good 90-minute showing. Something that they can say, this is encouraging. Because I think Slot is struggling for consistency.
And Slot is struggling
Hey, at least Florian Wirtz is scoring though.
And Slot is struggling for coaching pedigree. How about that? But Liverpool needs Hugo Ekitike. Hopefully he will be available for this game. But
yeah,
you know. All right, before we go quickly to Yawd Ballas' report, let's step over to African Cup of Nations. We did say it was a 20-minute show, but it's always the case with BCN Sports BallChat Weekly. Junior, we're in the round of 16. Few teams booked their place so far. Senegal defeated Sudan 3-1 to book their place. Mali defeated Tunisia on penalty. Morocco 1-0 over Tanzania. Cameroon 2-1 over South Africa. Tomorrow, Egypt. Maybe Salah will be heading home early versus Benin. And Nigeria versus Mozambique. And on Tuesday, Algeria versus DR Congo. And Burkina Faso versus Ivory Coast. Your thoughts on the tournament and the games that occurred so far in the round of 16?
I like the parity. I like the parity in the AFCON. And I like the form of football that is played. Now, I will be honest. I know I'm being. So I am depending on highlights and just overall feel for the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have to talk about Mali. The man them don't win a game outright. I reach quarterfinals. Is that the end of the road?
You see, Mali. All right, Basuma is the captain of this team,
Right.
and they made they advanced yesterday on PK penalties versus Tunisia. Tunisia was wasteful, but listen, man, Mali players them remind me of some early backyard man. They are quick to shoot and shoot from anywhere, and the shot them not accurate. The shots on target are not accurate. They end up somewhere in the stands. They need to be a bit more composed in the final third. You can tell that Mali is very much dependent on emotion. It's a very gassed up team, a very physical team. And they if you're gonna beat them, you have to prepare to war against them. In fact, they played most of the game against Tunisia with 10 men. And that's the physicality of how they play. It's a very physical outfit. And they will play Senegal in the next game. Good luck to the Senegalese players, because there will be some tackles flying. There will be some serious tackles flying. I mean, these are no nonsense tackle, broke foot tackle sort of deal. From Mali, they want you when you hear we old school when they say make a man know, say boy, forward. Let them know that you think twice before coming around this era, coming into the 18-yard box. Malian players will let you know that. And I think for Senegal, they need to prepare. Sadio Mane, Nicholas Jackson, even though you not score many goals, or in fact I think he scored a couple goals or one goal so far this tournament, need to be ready, because it's going to be a physical ball game, and that's how they have achieved what they have achieved in this tournament.
I only know one person from Mali personally, and he's a professor at Florida at FAMU.
Yeah.
Tallahassee, and his name is Patrick. I used to play football at Alumni Village. Anybody know about Tallahassee? There's Alumni Village where FSU put all the international students, and they've housed them there. And that's where I lived when we first moved up. My mother was at school here. I used to play ball with them. And Patrick, a big man, big old man. And I say, yo, Junior, when I was younger, if I was playing against you and you tried to do all that dancing, I hit you.
Yeah.
And you would not dance in front of me again. So Patrick, stop it, eyes. They tell him I'm like 18, 19. No, Patrick, shut up. I believe you, Patrick. Watching how Mali play, I believe you. Because Jano.
Yeah.
Look at the tackle with a Koulibaly.
Yeah.
I thought Koulibaly would get the red card against
yeah,
Tunisia.
Koulibaly I think got a red card. It was against Benin or Botswana.
Tunisia.
I think it was the last game of the group stage.
No, he got it against Tunisia. Remember, Tunisia played them with 10 men, Mali played that quarterfinal game with 10 men, the knockout game with 10 men.
Okay.
And played Koulibaly got the red card in the 20th minute. So they played 70 minutes. Tunisia played 70 minutes against Mali. They've only scored one in a 90-something minute. I met them come back and tie the game with a penalty.
In the game against Mali, Tunisia, it's not the Tunisia that we are used to. They're very wasteful, and they're also in that game. They were also quite physical too. But I think what Mali used effectively against Tunisia was the speed on the wings. The Tunisian players not as fast. And this is something that you will see in AFCON. It's like the players them out wide, them fast like grease lightning. AKA there's a lot of speed on the wing. We saw it today with Morocco versus Tanzania. There's a Morocco escape 1-0. There's a brother from Tanzania, Mwalamu, who missed a goal. And I don't know, up till this day, I don't know how he missed that goal. And I took a screen grab of that image. And I'm going to see if I'm going to put it up here in a bit. But, Junior, you can see the image up on the screen. The ball is coming across. I'm going to try to describe. The ball is coming from the right side. The player, Musuva, down the right wing. He found number 12, who's at the back post. The ball hit number 12 in his head and went straight up into the air. I was like, what? The goal is gaping. Gaping to enter, to just hit the ball in the goal. And for some reason, he ended up close to the goal and the ball ended up nowhere near the goal.
That must have been a rush of blood.
I was like, yo. And then the camera spun to the coach afterwards because what we have learned in AFCON, these managers down at AFCON, them no kill. The man, if looks could kill. And there is the final image of where the ball ended up in the air. It's like, I don't know like how you missed that, Breton, but Morocco should have suffered something in that game. I mean, I think if Tanzania had scored, then it probably would have been a different start of display. But Morocco advance. I give away a goal by the goalkeeper. Can't let people beat you at the near post. Overall, like you said, you like the parity in the tournament. What is noticeable to me is that the teams, the underdogs, are not parking bus in this round. They don't care about parking bus. In fact, maybe it's a stretch to ask these teams to park bus. They're showing caution to the wind and them just play some ball. And let the chips fall where they may. And I think that has been pretty entertaining about the tournament so far. Egypt versus Benin tomorrow and Nigeria versus Mozambique. Those should be two good games. BM asked a question though while we're doing AFCON. Why? And I want to get your thoughts on this. Why a team from Africa yet to win a World Cup? They have the talent.
They have the talent, but they don't have the consistency.
Okay. And I put it down to administrative issues.
Yeah, because you see, I've never won a World Cup, obviously. But I believe to win a World Cup it's more than preparing for
Yes.
8 games, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, 8 or 9 games, whatever it takes to win a World Cup title. It's more than preparing for those 8 games. You have to prepare for that 4 years.
Yeah.
You played in a tournament that happens every 4 years. So people put everything into that 4-year plan to get to where they are. It's more than just talent. It's more than just execution. There's a kind of vibe that needs to come along with that team to win a World Cup. I don't think. Don't he ask that question? I don't think there's ever been a World Cup winner that I can look back at and say that team never deserved to win the World Cup.
I say Italy in 2006.
Cannavaro, Italy?
Yo, that decided in 2006. Peer defending. Come on, man. And end up winning on penalty.
Cannavaro's World Cup, you want question?
Yeah, Cannavaro can, excellent defender though. I will not say anything else. Excellent. He can be a great defender, doesn't mean they need to win the World Cup. And the idiot Trezeguet dash a penalty.
That Italy team, which is true, but that Italy team, I remember, France have not won a World Cup outside of French side. So that's a whole other argument.
Yes.
But
yes.
That team.
And BM agree with me. France should have won. Why Zidane dash right thing? Go ahead, but man. Sure.
Yo, that Italy team was okay, fine. If you don't want to say that, I guess I can take it back. Now, the closest African team to win a World Cup was that Ghana team. That Ghana team, that Uruguay game, I think it still pissed me off.
Is that what, 2010, right?
Yeah, that
That
Ghana team that Ghanaian team could have won the World Cup.
I don't think so. Jang, when name, the forward name, when name,
Asamoah Gyan,
Gian, leading the line.
Mensah,
Yeah,
that Ghana team, that was the Spain. That's a Spain Netherlands final, right?
yeah, 2010 Spain
That
Netherlands
Ghana
final.
team could have win World Cup. Come on, man.
Um,
That's the closest.
I think the closest was, I think that old Nigeria side with Taribo West.
That was the best African team to play in a World Cup in my opinion that I have seen.
Yeah, I think that
But
old Nigerian side, what,
they never
94?
had a chance to win that World Cup.
Was it 94?
94, Finiti George,
94.
Ikini, Apokachi. They had no, they couldn't.
Yeah, but the problem that I
No,
have with that Nigerian team, though, is that they had the defenders, but they did not committed to the defending responsibilities. And they
exactly.
publicly said,
While Ghana was more complete.
I never trust, I think the Ghanaian side, to me, like Asamoah Gyan side, seemed to flourish a lot on emotions.
Yeah,
And it
that's
was a hype side. You know, if things are clicking, yo, them will run you off, I feel. But when you to win a World Cup, you have to go, when you get later on in a tournament, you have to go grind out victories. And I didn't trust that. I don't know. We need an
hence
African side
Italy.
with a World Cup.
I think eventually they will. I think it bound to happen. Worse with football becoming more global, because that's why European teams were dominating World Cup. But
Yeah.
it's becoming more global now. It's becoming football is now not just good football is not confined to certain
Yes. Yes.
places.
Yes.
So eventually parity will kick in.
And I think we've talked at length about this, about Senegal. Senegal's talent pool is rich. Rich. Them have this young 17-year-old Mbeye, who's an absolute baller right winger. And of course all these other players are playing in the team. And let's see how they go about it. Let's see how they go about it. It's a very, very good team. Very good team. Very, very good team. Yeah. All right. Stepping away from AFCON. So hoping to do more watch alongs on AFCON if available. If I'm available, we'll run it. And if not, definitely on the weekends. AFCON's watch along will circle back. Junior, now to Jamaican football report. Jamaica Premier League. Let's start over there. So we have some scores just coming in. I just took a screen grab of the scores. Seems like Chapelton defeated Half of You, Junior.
And the more things change, the more
That
things stay the
that that
same.
is a bit of a surprise.
The more things change, the more things stay the same.
That is a bit of a surprise.
Very much so.
I
But Chapelton, they,
Chapelton
they, they,
Maroons, of course, they said they're going to transfer. They defeated Half of You 2-1.
yeah. The more things change, the more things stay the same.
Yeah, big victory for them. Big victory for them. Racing and Waterhouse ended 0-0. Montego Bay defeated Treasure Beach 2-1. Those are the games that already concluded for today's. I think there's some games coming up. Any
Also,
thoughts?
Dunby holding at Spanish Town postponed.
Okay. Any thoughts? Any thoughts on Chapelton? I think what is that? Craig Butler Youth from over Vauxhall now promoted to leadership role.
Yes, so
And he
that's why I
did
said
quite
the,
well
the,
with
the, the,
Vauxhall too, right?
He did, but the Trinity is now in place because Craig is there, his son is there, his daughter is there. So maybe things can run even smoother for them right now. Harborview, this is a bump in the road for their new look coaching staff. 'Cause remember they went through a big transition as well. So make us see how the rebound from it. The one that I was hoping to see though was how Spanish Town Police would fare because as we know, Old Harbour FC took over Spanish Town Police. I don't even know will they even change the name? But I
Why
think Greg,
change? Why change?
I think I know the coach change. I know the Old Harbour coach is now the coach at Spanish Town Police.
Yeah.
So that I was curious to see how that first game would go, but we'll have to wait and see.
Dwight Smith says that new coach of Spanish Town Police said they'll be looking to the transfer window. The first order of business is to get points on the board because we're at the bottom of the table and we know that the time is of the essence and we want to stay up in the Premier League. So we have to ensure that we put points on the board in order to achieve that. And then, of course, look for moving some players. Junior, how do you see this merger, this move to taking over Squaddy, aka Spanish Town Police? Did you see enough from Spanish Town Police in the first part or the early part of the season to think that there is something there to build on?
Yo, a coach have to have A-type personality. You know? A coach will always believe that there's something there that nobody else see, and they have the ability to to get the best out of it. No, I don't know. I not to sound funny, but Spanish Town Police is Squaddy side. So if you transfer a player in, you have to turn police too.
Back in the day, it used to be that case. I don't know how it is. I think back in the day, whether it's the JDF used to have a very good Premier League squad. You have to be a part of that outfit. I don't know if it's the same thing with the squad. So maybe somebody can tell us regarding Spanish Town Police. It wouldn't be the case. No, because you can't go to transfer window. How much policeman that transfer window?
Not only that. If that is the case, then you might as well dash to the whole Spanish Town Police
Yeah,
and bring it
that
on
not
IC.
gonna be, yeah. No, it's not gonna be the case. Treasure Beach has gone through a lot this year, and of course, Hurricane Melissa has significantly impacted Treasure Beach. Junior, I kind of feel for this club, Bridget, and this ownership because the impact of Melissa, and then you have to continue playing at this Liga, and then you might get relegated.
Such is life. So Montego Bay beat them to the 2-1.
Should the Premier League, Jamaica Premier League, have some sort of carve out, Melissa carve out for Treasure Beach?
No. So you go. BF says, Judah seemed to not care much about Mama Africa. Who is my pick for AFCON?
Junior, speaking of do not care or we don't know if it's caring or Ravel Morrison, Reggae Boyz. This is our last thing before we go my way out. Spoke candidly about his thoughts on the failed World Cup. He said a lot of things in this article, Junior. On this podcast. Which podcast ended it up on again? We'll pull it up here in a second. But he was advocating, or he thought that the JFF should have reached. Yeah, I guess a lot of this is Monday morning quarterbacking.
Yes.
But he felt like the JFF should have reached out to certain individuals, such as
he named the individuals.
Mariappa. What does him say?
Mariappa, Paul Hall, and Whitmore.
Okay. And he did also went on to say that, former coach Steve McLaren did utter madness. So from that vantage point, he's not reluctant to state that it was just absolute foolishness that occurred with the Reggae Boyz field campaign. Junior, there's a lot of talking going on here. Of course, he's playing in the UAE or somewhere around a Kolkana down in Saudi Arabia or in Arabia somewhere. Your thoughts on this interview and his comments?
I have to watch the whole interview, this entirety,
Okay.
before, because the fact that him said Paul Hall and Whitmore, who had worked coaching together, they had the opportunity to carry Jamaica to the World Cup. They were coaching together during the World Cup cycle and failed. So the fact that they name dropped them again, it makes me wonder what the hell was he drinking. You know, some podcasts people drink, and sometimes your memory go bad. So I need the context.
Okay.
There has to be some context around that those name drop. And Mariappa, did you know Mariappa was a coach? I didn't know.
Yeah, I knew he started coaching somewhere down. I think was it in which part in there? I saw a report of it somewhere, like he was doing some coaching thing.
So you're ready for the big time, ready for coach.
I mean, but I think for Jamaican side, I don't really need nobody big time, Bridget. You try big time and it fail. I think with the Mariappa scenario and situation, and a Paul Hall or Tapa Whitmore, is that at the end of the day is that these are people who know the program and know it and connected to it intimately. Ravel went on to say Steve just come in and do the madness. He just changed the whole team. He just changed everything. He says, what else he said? Let me close this out. You know who I think should get the job? Mariappa. He should be a part of the coaching setup. And I would bring back Paul Hall or Tapa Whitmore. And it says not Ann. He says or Tapa Whitmore. One of the two. So
that don't matter.
Yeah, he says one of the two, and he think that Mariappa should get the job.
BM says Miguel Cole should have been given a chance before Hamilton and McLaren. Both were a waste of time and money. Yeah.
But I guess this for a former player to also highlight who he thinks should get the job, Junior, I think is either he's unaware that who has the job, or he has no confidence in the person who has the job. And
or he's just answering a question out of thin air.
But that question
that's why I say you need more context.
An answer to that question could be like, I'm very confident that the man who has the job now is quite capable of advancing this team. But that wasn't the answer.
I don't even think he knows that we still have a chance to qualify.
Junior dance bogle. Yo, time for go my yard, you know. Time for go my yard. BM says, who do you have winning AFCON, Junior?
Common sense in Morocco, but with my bad luck, because I was hoping Cameroon lose to South Africa. So with my bad luck, Cameroon.
You were hoping Cameroon would do what? Lose to South Africa?
Lose to South Africa.
So Mboma can return?
Yes, sir.
Actually, they're not playing badly. They are a legitimate shot to win this thing.
And I think they're going to win it. So I'm carrying Cameroon.
Any other comments you want to highlight before we go now, sir?
No, we'll cover all our comments then. But, ball of the week to Antonio Conte. Did you see Conte? Well, you probably never see it. Conte was breaking up a fight today in a Napoli game.
Oh, really?
Napoli won 2-0. I think the other team had 2 players red carded. Napoli had 1 player red carded in like 80-something minutes. But Antonio Conte was the words of reason there. Boy, 2026 start off strong.
Lazio. They defeated Lazio 2-0.
Yeah, and Lazio had 2 players get a red card.
Yeah, it's
And
usually
then drape up the world with that.
It's usually a heated game. Inter Milan is leading over there in Scudetto.
Yep. AC Milan, they're right as well, because AC Milan won their game early in the week. But
AC Milan is sitting in second place above Napoli.
Yep, Scudetto have a good race this year.
Yeah. Yo, time for go my yard. The 1 hour
Yeah, man,
show
yeah.
run long. It's a very long 1 hour show today.
Well, it's still a good show though.
Yeah, very good discussion as always. Big up to all those on the live. Ravel, whenever you want, come on BCN Sports or BallChat Weekly. Come talk your mind. Link we forward.
And I want to tell you, don't chat foolishness.
No, there won't be any muzzling here. Freedom of
No,
expression.
if you start chat chopping this, we're gonna stop you.
Freedom of expression. Yo, big up to all the people on the live. Smash the like button. Subscribe wherever you watching us. Check us out. Check out the BCN Sports daily headlines, our nightly headlines. Leave a comment on those headlines. And smash those like button on those headlines, because that is how we get those. That's how we get those things out to others. Rate the content. Big up to all those who jump on every week. Big up. Thank you always for joining us. The content is growing. I have quite a bit of subscribers jumping on. So, yo, we know people there from day one. Big up BM, big up Fab, big up the entire Jeremy crew. Jeremy 1 and Jeremy 2. I wish one. Samuels are leaving. I wish one or 2.
You now put me like that. Let's call one and 1, 2. No, you're not.
Yo, we gone on the road now, family. Look more now. Big up Dalton. In fact, from Liverpool, they can't win a game. We can't find him. In fact, I could tell him Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Dalton. Big up yourself, family. Long time we can't see you. We know when Liverpool will start when you're running with ballers of the week. Big up yourself. Michelle! Wagwan. Big up. Big up to come on.
Later.